Spirit of Texas Bank, Nissan, Slovacek Sausage, and Germania Insurance bring you this clip of the Texas Bucket List. Howdy, and welcome to the Texas Bucket List, the show dedicated to everything there is to see, do, and experience right here in the Lone Star State. My name is Shane McAuliffe, and this week we start things off down in South Texas, about as far south as you can go. We head down to Los Ebanos for a border crossing that takes you back in time. When it comes to crossing the border, it can be a little precarious right now. In fact, just about everywhere we've been on the boundary of Mexico, moseying over has been highly discouraged by the locals. But there is one place that can bring you back to a simpler time, when things were a little bit more harmonious, and crossing the border was just something to do.
We're in Los Ebanos, Texas.
Phil Barrera with the U.S. Customs and Border Patrol gave us a first-hand look at a crossing that brings back the Romantico to Mexico.
Initially, it was known as Las Cuevas Crossing before it became Los Ebanos International Ferry Crossing.
Every day, this hand-pulled ferry brings folks to and fro in a way you won't find anywhere else.
This handheld ferry is the last one in existence here in the state of Texas, and I think in the United States.
Rather than waiting in line, some locals and visitors opt for a more relaxed way of reaching across the river.
It's a whole another experience. Yeah, it's so different.
Jorge Chacon has been working at the crossing for about a year now. He's budding in his border experience, but when it comes to those who have seen this part of Texas change over the years, well, they like to reminisce.
Yeah, everything changed, but the ferry's still there, sir. Still working.
They know because this ferry has been around a long time. Officially recognized in the 1950s and made a historical marker by the state of Texas in 1975, the history of this passing goes past what anyone living can tell.
It's been around since the 1800s, believe it or not. Soldiers used this to go back and forth. It was officially doctrined as a border crossing in 1950. That's when we had U.S. Customs stationed here to make it an official border crossing.
It's been open since 1950, and we like to keep it open, so we keep on working. You know, that's why it's so important.
Juan Gonzalez is just one of the personas who pulls people back and forth todos los días.
Half the river, that side is the United States, half the river is Mexico. Basically, right now, you in the United States, we fixing step into Mexico.
For $4, you can get your car to the other side. Just looking to take a ride? Well, that'll set you back $1.25.
We're the only ones. Díaz Ordaz, Los Ebanos is the only crossing and the whole Rio Bravo that still has the ferry.
Jose Garza now lives in San Antonio, but is originally from Díaz Ordaz, a small town with a population just over 10,000 that can be found about 4 miles past the ferry on the Mexican side.
Besides the scenery, pretty cool. It's my town.
Crossing the border at this point is something he's been doing since he was a boy. Well, one way or the other.
All my life. Yeah, first it was just with no papers, so it was just on the side. And I used to run from immigration. Now that I got papers, I just go on the ferry.
Gotta make it a little easier for you, I guess.
A lot easier, believe me. Yeah.
Time to load them up and head out. We wanted to see exactly what this method of crossing the border was like, and it was magnifico.
The cool part is that every time you get into it, you can get off the car and help them out.
There weren't any lines, traffic, or trouble. Just a nice, relaxing ride over the Rio.
It's very important because it's about the only one here in the world. You don't see these things nowhere else, only here in Díaz Ordaz and Los Ebanos, Texas. That's why most people come from all over the world just to see the ferry.
While we didn't spend too much time in Mexico, just enough to turn around really, we did get an appreciation for the incredible history here, the people, and a hope that maybe one day crossing the border will once again just be something to do.
It's nothing fancy as you've seen. But it does its job. It serves its purpose.
And it's the only ferry you can see. I mean, people can go over there, take pictures, and they can go see it. They can go ride on it. I mean, they can have another experience on it.
If they go across any other place, they're not gonna find this. So it's, I guess, something different, something to enjoy.
We help a lot of people that don't want to go with the bridges, you know what I'm saying? With Reynosa or here in Roma, Rio Grande and all that. That's why it's so important this ferry stays on.
We're proud to have this down here in this part of the country, in this part of the state. And we welcome anybody who hasn't made the effort or the trip down here to come on by and take a look at it.